because of the ability for businesses to transact more efficiently and be more independent from the financial network that they're accustomed to today, it brings more opportunities for smaller businesses to reach that business community, same way as the promise of the internet at the beginning of the 1990s, where small businesses could access worldwide customers. But now we only have the Amazons and the Googles doing that. Blockchain can offer that in a new way for a lot of these suppliers, a lot of these businesses around the world to have that ability. I'm Sam Bizri, founder of Zeconomy. Zeconomy is a fintech company that's working on bridging the divide between the traditional business world and blockchains. For long, blockchains have promised to change the world of business and to enable businesses to do things that they can't do today. What Zeconomy is doing is focusing specifically on areas where we can de-risk blockchains and offer the biggest value that businesses can see from blockchains. So therefore, we introduced digital commercial paper. Commercial paper is used today by businesses across the globe as a cash equivalent, is the most trusted instrument with the highest ratings possible. That allows, for example, businesses to use blockchains without being exposed to cryptocurrency or risk associated with instruments that they don't know or they haven't tested over the years. When it comes to risk, the first thing is privacy and the credit risk associated with blockchains themselves. So there is no medium that businesses can use on the blockchain that protects either their privacy or their credit risk. Basically, all the instruments that exist on blockchain are either volatile or they don't have a history of being clear in terms of their ownership, the rights associated with the assets, or the risk associated with it. By providing a product like DCP and the infrastructure that Zeconomy provides to connect to business enterprise, one of the things that businesses love to have is the ability to make, for example, international payments instantaneously. So that reduces basically their commitment to pre-fund accounts around the world. It increases their ability to invest their money, and it makes it a lot easier for their suppliers to get paid without hindrance of intermediate banking, etc. So what we provided for them is basically this instrument called digital commercial paper, which is a commercial paper that they're very familiar with. It's the highest rated instrument that exists. It has full transparency for them. So they can actually now use that paper in the form of a token, and it's a real commercial paper on a token, not a copy of an off-chain instrument. And they can actually in the future issue their own as well to use it on a blockchain such as XRPL. And by doing that, they can make payments instantaneously anywhere in the world, 24/7, 365 days a year. It's almost like moving your assets around the world, moving and following the sun around the world. So wherever there is business to be done, you have the asset available to you to do. Working with Ripple has been amazing because Ripple built the infrastructure in order to be as compliant as possible, build the connections and relationships around the world with 70 different countries where they service the payment, the instant payment and instant settlement. And with their technology, we're able to actually support the ability to do both delivery and payment when it comes to invoices and payment of invoices, etc., which gives us also the ability to do instant reconciliation of those transactions. So no one can dispute that they didn't get paid on time, they didn't get paid in the correct way. Another thing that basically Ripple supported with what we're doing is the ability for, let's say, suppliers to get paid in their own currency versus being dictated to by the large enterprise to pay them only in dollars or euros or Japanese yen for that matter. So we're working with enterprises, so corporations with basically treasuries that have international operations. Their suppliers are not only around the world, but they get paid in different currencies. Usually these treasuries have 300 or more accounts around the world that they need to maintain and have pre-funded in order to manage these operations. Zeconomy solves the problem for these corporate treasuries by having the ability to park their money in a high-yielding instrument such as the commercial paper, the digital commercial paper. And that money can be actually earning interest throughout its life cycle until there is an instant settlement of a payment to a supplier, let's say, around the world. So what that does, it gives them a higher yielding return on money. And because they don't have now to park money around the world, or not as much money around the world, they can actually use that capital in their own operations or in that high-yielding asset. And that asset now can be accessed not only by the treasury in one location, but actually by multiple treasuries across the world to make those payments and to make them instantaneously with instant settlements. So we're working with Ripple both on a technology standpoint and on a business standpoint. From a technology perspective, we basically put the digital commercial paper on the XRPL network. Ripple Treasury is participating in that to make sure that liquidity is always available for the DCP that sits on the XRPL system. We decided to launch on the XRP ledger because XRP has a long history of being able to perform a very specific function, which is the ability to move money around the world instantaneously with 70 different countries that they service, with the idea of being able to use trust lines to make sure that it's whitelisted parties that you know and KYC'd in order to transact with are available through the system. So it has the infrastructure, the history, and the capabilities that we're looking for businesses to trust doing payments and holding assets on a blockchain. Because of the ability for businesses to transact more efficiently and be more independent from the financial network that they're accustomed to today, it brings more opportunities for smaller businesses to reach that business community, same way as the promise of the internet at the beginning of the 1990s, where small businesses could access worldwide customers. But now we only have the Amazons and the Googles doing that. Blockchain can offer that in a new way for a lot of these suppliers, a lot of these businesses around the world to have that ability.